If your basil looks like this, tall, thin, barely producing, then you're probably pruning it wrong, or you're just not pruning it at all. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly where to cut and why it works and how to keep your basil producing, whether it's in a pot or in the ground. So how basil grows, it grows in pairs of leaves. So you can see here, for instance, we have a long stem coming out from the ground there. And what it does, it comes up to these intersections right here. And these right here that stem off at these intersections of two leaves are called nodes, and these nodes turn into full branches. Essentially, they go out to the side. You can see right here it comes out and it goes up into its own branch, and then it does the same thing. It'll split off there by two leaves, two more nodes, and it turns into two more branches. Up here you can see that the growth has turned into flowering. This plant has started to flower, which means that it's sensing that it's coming to the end of its life because it hasn't been pruned, and it goes into producing seeds. And you don't want that, because that means your plant is going to stop producing these leaves, which is what you harvest to use in pestos or in your dishes and when you cook. Every time you cut this plant correctly, you're not just trimming it, but what you're really doing is you're multiplying the plant to create a bushier plant, and ultimately you're going to get more out of the plant. If you leave basil like this and you don't prune it, a few things are going to happen. It's going to grow tall and leggy, exactly like this plant is right here. It's going to produce fewer leaves, which this one right here is somewhat maxed out right now. It's not going to produce many more leaves. Same with this crimson basil right here. It hasn't flowered yet, but the same concept applies. Another thing is it's going to start flowering, as you see here, and it's going to produce more bitter leaves. They're not going to be as sweet, they're not going to be as fragrant. So you want to make sure you come in and you prune these plants regularly, keep them growing into a bushier plant so you get more leaves to harvest, and they won't be bitter. They'll be sweet, they'll be tasty, they'll be fragrant, which is something that you want if you're going to make pesto, if you're going to use these in your dishes. You want a basil leaf that is full of flavor and not just bitter. So the first thing to do with these plants is you want to make sure you cut it in the right spot. And the right spot in this case for basil is right above the node, okay? Now the node, again, is right here at this intersection. You can see that it comes up from the stem right here and it branches off right above these two side leaves. Those are your nodes. And if you let this main stem in the middle keep coming up, it's going to flower like that. So what you want to do is you want to come in right above the node, right there, and just trim it off. So now these two nodes, they're going to grow out into their own branch again, and it's going to produce more leaves. So what I want to do is I want to come to all these nodes right here, and I'm going to cut all these flowers off, the parts that are flowering. Come in here, just trim them off. And you can see even the nodes, as they grow taller, they do the same thing. So what you can also do is cut these off, and you can let the two nodes that are below that, these right here, keep growing into their own branches, and they'll produce more leaves and give you a bushier plant. Come in here, we'll just trim these off. Typically want to trim no more than 1/3 of the plant, although basil can take a heavy pruning and it'll just keep producing. It's really simple to do, honestly, easy maintenance. But again, if you let it go like I did with this plant, it's just going to flower everywhere. It's going to stop producing. These leaves are going to lose their flavor, become more bitter, and it's not as enjoyable. And with this plant, I mean, every leaf right here is something that you can harvest and use. So we want to make sure we get the most leaves and we get the most flavorful leaves. This crimson basil here has not yet flowered, but you can see right here, it's starting to flower. So I'm going to give this another couple days, and I'll come out here and I'll pinch the tops off of those as well and do the same thing so that this becomes a little bit bushier. Some watering tips for basil. If you have it planted in a pot, you're probably going to need to water more often. So you're going to want to check the soil to see if it's moist. You can use a moisture meter, or you can kind of just come in here, you can scratch around the dirt an inch or two, and if it's moist, you're good. But if it's starting to dry out, you might want to add some water. And with pots, you're probably going to have to do that more often, as opposed to if it's in the ground. If it's in the ground and you have like ground cover and mulch like I do right here, you're probably not going to have to water as often, but you do want to make sure that the soil stays consistently moist and it has good drainage. In terms of like fertilizing and fertilization for your plant, you do want to add like an all-purpose fertilizer. It's not a heavy feeder, it doesn't eat a lot, but it does need nutrients in the soil to keep growing just like any other plant. That's all I wanted to show you. If you prune these things right and stay consistent, your basil will keep producing all season long. You want to create a bushier plant. You want to keep it shorter and have it grow outwards as opposed to upward. You want to avoid these plants flowering because it's going to make the leaves more bitter and it's going to stop producing as much. If you found any of these tips helpful or useful in this video, you can like and subscribe. I'll be posting more videos all season long about the rest of my garden. Thank you for watching.